time for some Q&A, and we look forward to your questions. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Delighted to be here today, and thank you for your time. As Sarah mentioned, I'm almost 30 years in the organisation now. I've had an amazing career here. More importantly, though, I think to today, I've been involved in the operation for the last 13 years. It's been a great privilege and honour to be appointed as Managing Director of Dublin last October. As I said, I've been with the airport a long time, experienced lots of different events and lots of change during those years. Introduction of new terminals, our new runway that opened the year before last, and throughout that time, lots of change in aviation and significant growth in the airport. As Sarah outlined, I manage, in effect, responsible for the day-to-day operations of the airport. The team of approximately 2,000, which make sure the airport runs as smoothly as possible day in, day out through the year. We work very closely, obviously, with our partners and with our airlines and our handlers and all the different parts of the ecosystem to ensure the airport's successful. And it's a great privilege, as I said, to see the airport working so well. But we are always looking to improve, and what we'll take you through today is some of those areas of focus as we move into a busy summer. As Sarah mentioned, the summer is key to our year, and we're often judged on that. And with over 10 million passengers coming through across the next number of months, we've developed a really strong operational plan in conjunction with all of our stakeholders to ensure we're set up for success. We're also looking to improve, whether that's through innovation and different improvements, and hopefully that will be demonstrated in the slides that we have here today. So what I'm going to cover is obviously the 2024 plan from a high-level point of view, and just to outline how we're ready, how busy it's going to be. That's building obviously on a strong 2023. But as I said, keen that we move forward from that again this year into 2024. We're always keen on passenger feedback, and I'll touch on that as well as I already mentioned the improvements that you can see across the airport. We close out then with just the usual passenger advice, because obviously passengers being aware of what to expect is key to our success as well, and to them having that enjoyable journey through the airport. So just to recap, I suppose, on 2023 with 31.9 million passengers coming through the terminals. As you're aware, 2022 was a challenging year for the industry. So 2023 was about getting back to a norm or a new norm, and certainly believe we did that, in particular in relation to our security screening operation, in which 97% of departing passengers went through in less than 20 minutes. We delivered on a 15-point improvement plan, which included some of the basics that passengers would expect, but making sure we were back up to where we needed to be around adequate seating, cleaning, toilets in particular, more food and drink options, and then the transport options, and even simple things like improving the Wi-Fi across the terminal so people could enjoy their experience more. And what we saw during 2023 was that steady improvement, some challenges in the early part of the year, but that steady improvement in passenger satisfaction and passenger feedback. And so a real strong year to build on as we move into 2024. And Sarah's already alluded to, 2024 is definitely going to be another busy year. We're managing on the basis of, and planning on the basis of 32 million passengers coming through our terminals. That equates to 2,600 departing flights per week from Dublin Airport. Busy days in the region of 120,000, similar to what they were in 2023. And that busy day from an aircraft movement point of view is 800 flights departing and arrival. Particular areas have seen some growth, in particular the US market, which has seen additional flights being added, with JetBlue starting obviously earlier this year, and Aer Lingus and Delta adding additional routes as we move now into the summer. Our commitment though is to manage that busy summer and to ensure that we keep that passenger journey as consistent and as positive as it can be at all points in time. So listening to our passengers is key. Having worked in the airport, as I said, for a long time, you know, as you can imagine, I get a lot of feedback from family, friends, and anyone that I interact with throughout during the year. Always keen to take that feedback. Thankfully, for the most part, that's really positive around their experience in the airport, but naturally some of it is feedback on improvements that we can achieve. This year in particular, we've tried to reach out more to understand what our passengers think of the airport. And as you're aware, we introduced a new passenger panel this year, which met just in April for the first time and reconvene again in October. And we're listening to what that group of passengers, which represent all different types of customer bases, what they're saying to us around their feedback on the airport. You'll see there that a list of feedback that we would have received, but in general, on the high level, I suppose, they talked about that seamless journey, being in control, a consistency of a journey through the airport, so you can plan your journey through the airport and avail of the different services that you want to avail of as you go through. There were some specifics around getting better choice, healthier food options, and they're things that we are addressing through our food and beverage transformation. You know, but other things like more automation wanted. They'll take a little bit longer, and we are planning on that in the future, not in particular for this summer. So there's really good feedback, some of which thankfully we're already plans progressing, some of which we've adjusted some of our summer plans to accommodate and to take on board, and then others that will be part of our longer term planning. You know, in addition to that, we obviously get constant feedback through our Happy or Nots in the terminals on how we're performing day in, day out, and we're always keen through our app now as well to take that live feedback information where people can tell us how they're feeling about their journey on the app as they go through. In overall terms, you know, as I said there, 2023 saw that improvement, significant improvement, 37% in sentiment. You know, and we're looking to maintain and build on that as we move into 2024. So at a summary level, I suppose our commitments are outlined here as 8 commitments to passengers. So we want security to be that positive experience again. We're committing to at least 90% of passengers through security in under 20 minutes. You know, and we'll aim to outperform that like we did last summer as well. We have, and I'll touch on our new C3 scanners. We're progressing on the installation of them. As I said, I'll touch in a minute. However, our commitment is that over 50% of passengers travelling to Parklands through Dublin Airport this summer will go through those scanners and enjoy the added experience of them. And that will increase as the year goes on and into next year as well as we continue that rollout. You know, we want to maintain and build on those customer service standards. And as I mentioned, our 2,000 staff, they play a key role in that. We have increased staff in certain areas, but it's really about being focused on the needs of our passengers and helping them on their way, helping them through their journey, in particular those that may need additional assistance as they go through. We'll touch on the food and beverage or food and drink and the new outlets and the transformation that's ongoing. And we've looked at some of that feedback from passengers to say what are the types of things that some of our segments of passengers want. So an Airport for All, we call it a new autism-friendly sensory room, and more entertainment for children, feedback from families that we would receive. Cleaning standards, maintain and improve on those, and we've looked at lots of improvements and repairs in our toilets and adding more toilets by flipping some from the land side to the air side. We're looking at seating, that's always feedback, space constrained areas, you know, how we can reorganise them to provide more seating. And we have a commitment around our car parking prices that they will stay in line with 2023. But we've also increased other transport options in relation to that. So just to go into a few of those in more detail, as I mentioned, the C3 program, the EDS technology, which provides better security detection, but also improves the passenger experience with less things having to be taken out of your bag. That rollout is progressing with 10, where we will have 10 installed by the end of this month in Terminal 2. It's currently 9, and we'll be up to 4 in Terminal 1. It's currently 3 today, by the end of May as well. we'll pause some of the work in T1 for the summer months because obviously how busy it is and the need to maintain the lanes in operation. And we'll then continue that installation in T1 through to next year to deliver them all. Across the terminals, there's 35 of these scanners being installed in total, and they'll transform, as I said, the passenger experience as they roll out through next year. But as I said, our commitment is we're now at a level where we can guarantee more passengers will use the new technology as compared to the old technology. So in overall terms, adding to that passenger experience. As I mentioned, our commitment is that prices will be no higher in 2024 for our car parking compared to 23. As you would have heard elsewhere, our demand, you're aware, our demand is high, supply is tight. We're advising our customers to book early and to obviously consider those alternative transport options. This summer we'll have 1,000 buses per day through the airport. And for the first time, we have a network that includes all 32 counties. So that really provides those alternative options to people who maybe choose not to park. And last year and through into this year, we introduced additional taxi permits, which has helped in those supply and obviously work with the taxi drivers to continue that provision into 2024. We have a major transformation programme ongoing in relation to our food and beverage. There will be 23 new and improved outlets by the end of the year, of which 12 will be delivered in advance of the summer, and the rest will come in Q3 and Q4. 4 of those have already opened. Some of their pictures there of the new offering in the pier, the 100th pier, and we'll have more that will offer open T2 arrivals in other areas before the end of June, with the rest, as I said, later in the year. Those outlets are also offering new offerings, more value choice, more healthier options. Again, go back to that passenger feedback and looking at online ordering as well. And then we've a range of improvements that we will deliver across the terminals. As you can imagine, we do a complete review of the full passenger journey each year, and there's hundreds of items that we improve, repair, during the winter season. That blitz, as I call it, has been ongoing through the winter months, and a lot of deep cleaning, a lot of painting, a lot of different improvements that we can make. But specifically, we've listed out here some of the key ones that people might recognise. As I said, feedback from certain customer groups. We've listened to that, and we're introducing additional entertainment for children in all of our piers. Our new sensory room in T1, the one that we have had in T2, has also been refurbished, but great feedback from people in relation to the T2 one, so delighted to open one in T1 shortly. We're improving our lounge offering, more seats and different food offerings within there. As I mentioned already, the app now takes that feedback, and you can do a lot more and get a lot more information on our new app. Improvements in Wi-Fi even further in some of areas, and we've taken the feedback around the busy piers feeling quite warm at times, and so improved our air conditioning and our airflow through the terminals to improve that passenger experience. So as I said, I won't go through them all, but a lot of improvements across the campus to really help people see that. Help people enjoy their journey as they pass through the airport. And some things are beyond the summer. We'll call that one there, for example, that you'll see. We'll lodge a planning for a new viewing area, so not really relevant to your journey through as you depart through the airport. But I know a lot of people enjoy coming early and watching the planes, and so we're going to submit a planning permission in May in relation to a new viewing area, which will help that experience as well. So even despite all those improvements, we still need the passengers' help, I guess, in relation to keeping the airport running as smooth and as possible, which in effect then improves their passenger journey. So we're still recommending that people, same as 2023, that people arrive 2 hours in advance of a short haul or 3 hours in advance of a long haul, and that people prepare for security as they would before I know we're talking about new technology in which you don't have to take everything out of your bags. However, as I mentioned, we're only about 50% through that project, and so we need everyone to prepare as if they will be on the old technology, so that we don't slow down the system where people might think they can leave stuff in their bags. And so that's about keeping the liquids under 100 millilitres as you plan. That's about the hoodies off and helping getting people through. Hopefully we won't need as many hoodies through the summer, but getting people through as quickly as possible to maintain their experience. And look, aside from the day-to-day kind of busyness of the airport, we're really proud to facilitate a lot of key events in Dublin. The rugby semi-final this weekend, the Europa League final later this month. Still waiting keenly to see who those two teams are, but a lot of supporters coming in from Europe, no matter who makes it to the final. We have a raft of major concerts, and you're familiar with them, and so a lot of visitors into the country to see those shows. And then we have the annual US Football Classic in August as well. So, we're really proud to facilitate that arrival and departure of those supporters or fans through the terminals during the summer. So in summary, a really busy summer ahead, more than 10 million passengers over the next number of months. Myself, my teams will continue to be focused on the standards, on delivering a consistent, reliable, enjoyable passenger experience through Dublin Airport, and we'll continue to take on board feedback people through that and adjust as we need to through the summer. But it's this year has been about focusing on that feedback, on those little things that make travel easier and more enjoyable through the airport. So in summary, I guess we are ready for the summer ahead. So now, thank you for your time, and now I'll hand over to Kenny.
Okay, cheers, Gary. I'm feeling awful, so I'm going to stand here. I don't know, do I have a bug or whatever, but I got violently sick just on the way in. So bear with me, if you will. Okay, so things are better at Dublin. Gary